When an Odogu is outside, he portrays the picture of an Odogu.
Odogu is not measured by wealth. Taking care of your woman is not doing too much. Taking Anna, see, the devil you know is better than the angel you don't know. See, there are good men out there. Love is not just about words, it's about action. And today we are going to review a movie that have been trending
For a long time.
For a very long time.
And still trending.
This movie, shaky the internet. Hi, my name is MarachiO, a YouTuber based in Enugu. I film videos on wellness, faith, lifestyle, chit chat. Before I proceed, I want you all to welcome my honorable guest. So, introduce yourself.
Okay, hi, my name is Precious. I am a content creator based in Lagos. I film both content that has to do with marriage, life, and every other thing in between. So do well to follow me on YouTube, Precious name, and Precious the Motivator on TikTok.
As Igbo babe where I be, when I see Odogu, I go, no, you understand? Basically, I'm going to talk about three characters. The Odogu himself, the Chioma lady, and the boyfriend. Maybe you talk about the boss to share our perspective.
Okay.
And if you have your own perspective, you can drop in the comment section. I see that a lot of guys are against this guy because they felt like he's not doing like how Odogu should do. Because one take Odogu say in a village.
As in
because people that is in love will go extra mile. In one of the comment section, I saw where a particular guy said that what Obira did is even small. What he did to get his wife.
Hey. As I was scrolling through my phone this morning, there was one lady that actually said something. I said, Enugu men left the chat that they can never and will never do this. And to think that I'm from Enugu, although I'm married to an Imo State person, when I saw that thing, I was like, anyways, I know how my husband actually got me, and I am an Igbo babe, and I know the level and the gravity at which an Igbo man to think of someone who have the money. Someone like Kubana now, if he was single and he has that kind of money, are you telling him that he will not do much more than he did? I mean, if you have the money to chase an Igbo girl with the person that you love, and if you watch that movie, he said his own was love at first sight. And he just went straight to the point. I know where this will end. You know when you wear ring, I mean, when you are not Lord of the Rings. Nobody does that again. Lord of the Rings.
Taking care of your woman is not doing too much. Taking care of someone that you love is not doing too much. Some of these guys are not assertive at all. So the boyfriend now is
Odogu Parara.
No. The boyfriend, the first guy who dates, number one, all lack of masculinity. A lot of people are saying Chioma is feminine. What of the time that he slapped this guy because he's the one that is sponsoring the guy's career and whatever that he's doing?
Okay, like there are many people, like many women who actually are doing well in their career and they are helping their significant other, their boyfriends. And this boyfriend have another boo that has another boo. So these things are happening, and you will not come online in a public space and start typing that, oh, my boo. They know, but they're just kind of hoping. But if they see that person that will take them to the altar in a short period of time, the both of us, are you trying to tell them that you still stick to that guy?
No.
Nobody loves spending money.
You guys that are not assertive cannot bring out the feminine nature of a woman. Odogu is not measured by wealth. It is left for you to call your man an Odogi. Man can build 10 mansions before you call your Odogu.
Yeah.
It is what you call your man. That is what he can answer. You remember that Chioma in this movie always have this soft, there's a way he brings out the baby. Every man has the baby inside.
That's actually what I'm considering in my heart.
That is what I want to
say. And this is just a trick about men.
Yeah.
I mean, you cannot take out the masculine nature of a man, especially when he's outside. When an Odogu is outside, he portrays the picture of an Odogu. An Odogu, when he goes outside, he has this masculine nature, of which, you cannot take the hunter out of a man.
Yes.
So when he's outside, he has this masculine nature. But when he gets to the bosom of the one he loves, that masculine nature is taken out of him, and you can see a big baby. Men are big babies. So if you don't know the mumu button of your husband, you don't know, and that's it.
Back to this Chioma's boyfriend. There are a lot of Chioma's boyfriend out in the world. If you have your woman, to support you comes naturally. Exactly. You understand?
Yeah.
Supporting you is different from you depending on her like a leech. Sometimes you didn't end up with this type of guys now, but sorry to say this, ladies that are actually desperate, you want to be in a relationship, you don't want to be lonely. If you enter a relationship with this mindset, my girlfriend, they have their boyfriend, I don't want to be lonely, they go make your life miserable.
And men can smell desperation.
You understand? This Chioma's boyfriend equation, he saw Chioma as the next target. This guy in question saw a loophole and decided to come in, and Chioma gave her all. That was why the first time he told Chioma, oh, I lost the money, Chioma was still having hope. This is just an eye opener.
Yeah.
You wanted to see something?
And he was actually thinking that Chioma would also support him again.
You understand?
Let's not forget that Chioma had it in mind to buy like a store in Lekki, but she doesn't have the money.
Yeah.
And she also had a side hustle, which is the perfume business.
Yeah.
But because she had a boyfriend that was sucking her dry by
her.
in dollars, so we are talking her money in dollars. But thankfully, her friend came to do damage control and brought her some of the money from the guy. So the guy actually even had that money and forgot her.
Yeah.
Just imagine.
Yeah, forget about the fact that Obiora was spending. I know we want to live in that fantasy. Oh, Odogo Paranra, Odogo Mpatampa. There are a lot of lessons packed in this movie. One of my takeaway from that Chioma's boyfriend and her is you're going to learn how to know whether someone actually loves you. It's not just by Ibulibono. They're really acting what they are saying. On the audio money. Still on this Chioma's boyfriend. So we're going to talk about the kind of man he is. Yes, we've already talked about it. Why was it that it's that time that Chioma knew that she's going to break up with this guy? What do you have to say about it?
Well, what I can say is every woman knows their breaking point.
Yeah.
Or let's just want to live in denial. But if you have the strength when you've gotten to that limit, you just want to like break free. Because I used to tell people this, that it's until you set yourself free before you can see what is awaiting for you in the front.
Cannot solve a problem when you are still in the situation.
Absolutely. So you know when to break free, when to break even from whatever that has been holding you. But it's not easy, especially when you have invested so much, because I see relationship as an investment. Your time, your money, your emotions, everything. Imagine coming back from work and the first person you are seeing is the person you love, and you've done this for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. I mean, it's not easy. And there's something I tell women, that relationship is not working. You're just staying there for amendment. How long will you be there? If you watch this video, Chioma knew it's time to kind of break away from this relationship. And at the time she broke away from the relationship, she met Odogu Paranra. Do you know that if she was still in that relationship, there would have been a high chance of her not traveling for her sister's wedding?
Yes, this is word, mama.
So that's the thing. When God opens your eyes and know that it's the time to leave, dear sisters, leave. The way that movie is, I feel like the man was someone who dictates her life. The guy might tell her, hey babe, let's go to somewhere. After all, your sister's introduction will be there for the wedding. You will miss Odogu Paranra because some guy told you not to go. So when you know that it's not working, I urge women, it's not easy, but look for that willpower to live.
Yeah,
look for that willpower to live.
Some of the reasons why we women tend to stay in toxic relationship because we are scared. Yeah, see, the devil is better than the angel you don't know. See, there are good men out there. I mean, I'm married to one anyway.
Sorry, like my like my husband would tell me, if you are in a bad marriage, if you're in a bad relationship and you are scared of leaving because you don't want to cry, when the guy leaves you, you will still cry. So don't cry, just cry it now and leave.
You don't know whether the person they are going to meet
is
about the mind. Philippians 4:6 said that we should think about everything lovely, everything sweet, everything nice. See, it starts from the mind. If you don't love yourself, you cannot pour from an empty cup. This is just like a pattern. Devil will keep on bringing those type of guys around you because you are entertaining them. So there was a point in my life where I decided, no, God, you have to take control. I had to give everything to God. This is not your breaking point. This is not just about a review. It's a wake-up call. Look at the man in your life. How long are you going to entertain for what? Why don't you love yourself so much? This is my motto. There is someone for everybody. I said initially, it is all about the mindset. From morning till night, if your faith is not as big as a mustard seed, you cannot move anything. Mindset have to work with your faith. If the woman with the issue of blood did not have that faith and touch Bible study and touch the cloth of Jesus Christ, she's not going to be healed.
True.
So first of all, it's a mindset shift. You have to love yourself so much. Check the pattern of guys you've been dating and check your trauma. Sometimes it's trauma. Okay, now see. Trauma had this stereotype mindset. I don't want Igbo man. You are summarizing that of Chioma's boyfriend now. It's kind of opened my eyes to see that there are kind of man we cannot entertain in our life. You don't even have to accept the man in the first place.
Yeah.
I'll always go back to the scripture. If you go inside your prayer room and ask God to open your eyes, not by discernment or by appearance, because your odogu might
not be facially pleasing.
You know, some of these guys, if you go to Onitsha, I don't know if Lagos police do it, a rich man in Onitsha, open a bro on your tone on Onitsha, you might not know because how are very simple. Have you gone to Newi before? If you see my husband, I don't want to blush. If you have something, you can just.
For me, I'm 3 years plus married, and my husband is on the calm side. So like the typical me, I love traveling. Like I love traveling out. Like I would just wake up and I would say, okay, today I'm going to Dubai, I'm going to this, I'm going to that. When I met my husband, in fact, as a matter of fact, we work in the same place. Called me during COVID. I was like, are you sure it is me that I want to talk to? Because it cannot be me. He said, no, I really want to talk to you. I said, okay, now, when I saw my husband, the time we dated, courted, and married was 7 months.
Yeah.
7 good months.
Yeah.
And he did not come and tell me, let us cut and see how the marriage will go,
You
or see how the
understand?
relationship will go.
You typical woman.
Girl, I want to marry you. When I met my husband, let's say I met him in March, April, May, he came to see my parents. June, I came to see his parents. The following month, we went to the village. We were just counting. And I'm 3 years married.
Yeah.
And I'm happy. And this is just a message to people who are in long relationship that has no definition. You have to also calculate the time. When do you have to start bearing children? When do you have to start catering for them? When you have so much, like so much. I will give you an example. And not because I am supporting polygamy, no, but it's kind of drive out the lesson from what I want to say. Shade Okoya married the Eleganza man, the big man, is the Okoyas. He didn't waste his time, and he's Yoruba. He told the girl, I want to marry. We have ladies that men do not have to waste their time. And let me tell you, a man knows when he wants to settle down, and a man knows who he wants to settle down with. You see all this, let us see how this thing will go. It's a scam, like a big scam. If there's anything I'm going to take away from this video, is the fact that men know who they want to settle with. You see that relationship that is holding you back, and you're kind of waiting, when will it happen? Unless he has told you with his mouth, because men can be very funny. They will not tell you with their mouth, oh, see, I'm going to marry you. They will tell you, let's see how it's going. Anyways, just be discerning.
I'm going to summarize what she said. It all boils down to you as the lady knowing what you want. It's not how long, it is how well. See, relationship and marriage don't be deceptive though. It don't be deceptive. 10 years in relationship and 1 year in marriage no be the same thing. Marriage will bring out the you never knew existed. I didn't read it from anywhere. It is something that I see. You know, even the pastors when their own challenges. When you had spiritually strong, does this person have your best interest at heart?
Yeah.
Yes, some of them done a work, or maybe they were in 10 years relationship. Yes, they are married. I said initially, it's all about loving yourself, being intentional. A man knows when a woman is intentional about. You understand?
Yes.
When a woman sees a confident woman coming on, so it's not about I want to be like Chioma. Are you confident? Have something you're doing. Instead of going down to in a pants on in a jewelry.
Even if it's POS.
You understand? I'm gonna POS skin a real odogu loves to invest in their woman in what they are doing. Get an intentional man. Be that woman that when the man comes, he will know that, oh, I cannot live without wifing this lady. So I think that will be all for Chioma's boyfriend. Now we're going to talk about Chioma before we get to Odogu Parara. One of the things that I love about Chioma is the fact that she's so feminine. I mean, and yeah, I watched that part. Please, how can I be a feminine woman? The truth is, Nigeria have actually coined us to be masculine in a way because it's feminine to that and I look for me. Say, oh please, I don't want so the thing is, our feminine side, Nigeria is not even helping matters based on the country anemia. Like the ladies they are always alert based on in achieve moto. I'm talking about the feminine side of Chioma, you understand? But it doesn't mean that you cannot be feminine. Being feminine when it comes to your man, how do you talk when you are angry? You understand? Aside from whatever Nigeria has turned us into to be security conscious and all that.
Listening to one of these pastors that talks about marriage, and the person said, when you are angry, it's very important that we chew our words. And that's when I had to tell people in that time, silence is golden.
Yeah.
It might not be easy, but it is doable.
Yeah.
It is doable. I used to follow this lady on YouTube and I love her. I love her content. I love her originality. Her
Who's
name
that?
is Prudence Apinoko.
Okay.
When you go back in time to her videos, you will see she's a Jagaban lady. That's that's you do me, I do you. But I've actually
Growth
watched
process.
all her video as a married woman who used to be very tough, and I see how feminine and godly she is now. It's a work in progress.
So the man in our life have the tendency to bring out the femininity or the masculinity inside.
Inside.
So have it in mind that what made your man to hold on to that guy for 3 years? Let's say I gave you 3 years of my life was because of the trauma onward. She doesn't want to enter into another relationship now, and she might meet the likes of her dad and all that.
What actually caught me was even when Odogu Parara took the phone when the boss was calling
that
her
was the
3
highlight for me.
somebody would have actually reacted, but
Yeah.
Choma kept quiet. I mean, it's my husband to be. And you see, the guy actually started shouting, and repeat this after me. That scene actually just killed me. And Choma started smiling. Oh yes, he has actually taken care of this issue. And you know, that alone gave her morale to speak to her boss
Yes.
the other day or the following day and said, I'm going to resign. All this actually depend on how a woman actually presents herself to her man. If you're a boss in the office, you cannot be a boss at home.
Exactly.
So two captain cannot be in the
Exactly.
ship in the house. I mean,
Yeah.
men don't like it. So you know how to kind of calm down when you come home.
Yeah. I think Obiora in question saw the softness of her woman. That
True.
was why he had to, show up. My take from this movie, I don't know about yours. Let him be the man.
And
Men
be the
love
baby.
when they are the man.
Yes.
Don't be doing independent women around. See, a good man, you don't have to be doing I say, baby, what is it money? Odogu is actually a kind, generous man. Onye nwere obi. Because Odogu, let me go and do Odogu. If you can know Odogu parachute. One of the things that also made Obiora pursue her the more was the fact that she was vulnerable to Obiora at some point.
Tracing back to the fact that she was traumatized because her father also had same intonation issues. So she was thinking that Odogu might end up like her father. And Odogu said, this is a complete pair. I mean, what is more sweet to know than that?
One of the reasons why she said, oh, I don't think Odogu is for me, like we're not meant to be together. I think there was a part where she said the dad left them. He married a white woman.
Yeah.
I think a lot of ladies are holding on to their trauma. On my capacity for NSPPD, so I say that's too good to be true kind of man. If I'm I'm always the one that is spending on a guy. I've never seen a guy that spends on me. And this is the reality of some ladies. You have conditioned your mind to be it's difficult to see a man that will love me, to see a man that it all boils down to self-love. When you are loving yourself, when you are being intentional about yourself, then it becomes easier for the man to love you. This is a wake-up call to let go, be trauma afresh, let someone love you. The person that you know that is worth it, let that person love you. At this point, if there is something you need to chip in, then the floor is open before we move to the Obiora.
What I just have to chip in is just try and bring out your feminine nature.
Yeah.
So I'll use myself as an example. I used to be that kind of person that I was kind of strongly independent. I used to be very strongly independent, and it took a toll on me. But gradually, I came to realize that marriage is a different ball game. There are some things you have to ditch if you must make your marriage successful. There are some things you have to drop. It might not be easy, but it is doable.
Yeah.
So if you feel, or if you have one or two things or personalities that is taking hold of you, you have a very strong personality, it's not work in marriage.
Yeah. There's a video both of us are about to shoot right now. It will be up in her channel. We're going to talk about what sustain marriage. So I would like you to maybe go and check her page out. The main thing is, even though you get your physical eyes, I will always bring God into this equation all the time. When you bring God into this, let's say in marriage or when you guys are courting and things go south, you go back to God that brought the man. You see, I go there at this point, don't go on him, this man, no, please. Because the Bible said he has the heart of the king in his hands. He turn it in whichever direction he chooses to. So, obi digi, obi unyegi, dianaka. So it's left for you now to do your own findings and keep on working on yourself. You cannot be trauma under 2 months. It's a gradual process. Like I said, your partner has the affinity to influence you, whether negatively or positively. Coming down to Obiora, the Odogum Parampam. I'm a strong Igbo baby. When the man sent if you notice.
I am an Igbo girl and I'm from Enugu and I love Enugu. I like, if I come to this world again, I'm not gonna be an Igbo girl. I mean, that's
Igbo babe to the core. Obiora is not portraying the typical Igbo man, but Emmanuel were different type of people. And we're the hopeless romantic Igbo man. An Igbo man that loves a woman, where the proudly Igbo man that is rich. That one know the true talk, and they have ego. Don't even dare, because you don't know where I picked you from. There is a hopeless romantic Ojogu, and this man made it easier for Chioma to love him. Because some guys that make it difficult for a woman to love them. You understand? Because you are being I don't want to lose God. I don't want to do the same thing with Chioma too. Chioma made it easier for Ojogu to love at some point. Anyway, I saw a comment that said it's a lie that the reason why Chioma accepted Odogo was because of the gifts. Which gifts?
When it comes to things like that, I don't even waste my time in issues like that, because the way you see life or the way you view life will be different from the way I view life. Somebody that grew up in the ghetto, their perspective about life is different from someone who grew up in a very good neighborhood. Most of the time, let me know. Most of the time. Now, the person who had a bad relationship will review relationship different from someone who has a good relationship. So the social media is just like a battleground. Everybody puts their. It's just wise for you to take out the one that you feel makes sense to you. I mean, it's common sense. Really.
Obiora, as a character, Obiora portrayed all you need to have in a man. And the part where you said that Obiora said that I am not going to change my accent. For me, we are having a conversation, and let's use Odogo as an example. Maybe he had to calm down because of Chioma. Chioma, you understand? Okay, baby, I want to. Okay, because of you, let me go and learn another accent so that I will please you. That is not the attribute of an Igbo man.
Anybody who is getting into marriage with the perception that that man will change or the woman will change, they can never change. Say habit is second nature. If that man is knocking you in your head like this in a relationship, when you enter that marriage, you'll be cutting it like this. You can never change. See, a habit is second nature. If you can't tolerate it, please exit.
In that relationship, honestly, this is one word. If you don't take anything that we said in this video serious, this particular one, whatever you cannot tolerate for a long time, this marriage is a very long thing. Or you pretend to be who you are not because you want this man to marry you. My dear, waiting you start, you go finish it. You must finish it though. Or you know that no more day. You don't like washing plates. You don't like you don't like doing all those. You will continue to. Oh, some men, I know this girl is just play. I just want to marry. All this thing is nothing. I just want to marry this girl. Oh, your name, Mama, you don't like yourself, and do it. Man, if those ones so gonna haji makadatin, hanacho on you.
You know, absolutely. Let me say something here. It reminds me of when my husband wanted to marry me, and he wanted to go to see his mom. His mom is a deeper lifer. I grew up in deeper life, right? But I mean, I left the church. So on the day I was coming to see his mom, I flew from Lagos to my friend's wedding. And for my friend's wedding, I was coming to Enugu. And I told him, I said, should I wear skirts? Because me, I don't want your mother to be seen. He said, no, put on anything. That's what you want to wear. In fact, put on trousers. So I put on, my nails was very long because I was coming from a wedding. And I entered. Guess what? My mother-in-law liked me and took me just like that and told me I looked like her first daughter.
Imagine.
On trousers. And I'm not saying this because I'm sitting in a camera. I'm saying this because I am myself. I put on earring, I put on hair extension, I do my makeup, I am free to wear whatever I want to wear. Because my husband understands that if I pretend now, I can't pretend forever. I can't start coming to Enugu and start tying my hair and start doing. I won't do that. Even when they came for my introduction, the women reps, maybe I would say it in my channel. I did not for one day have to dress like a lifer. just so I please my husband.
Yeah.
I dressed the way I wanted to dress. My hair was so long to my
Yeah.
buttocks and my nails and everything. And the fact is, they took me in, and that is because my husband is not a weakling.
Yeah.
So he told his mom, "I love her that way, and
You
I'm going to
understand?
marry her." And he
Yeah.
married me, and we're 3 years married,
Yeah.
happily married.
Yes, I think for this part it boils down to the authority. Like, you know, Ima, some mothers, this is out of what you're saying, but I just have to chip it in. Some mothers, sometimes they tend to subdue the voice of their son. That is why it was easier for your husband to
Yeah.
actually talk, because open your husband and that authority. The mama already loves you the way you love the son.
Yeah.
What do you want? You that is looking at me, what do you want in a man?
Don't want Odogu
Just
Parara.
be realistic. No, because some people will say, I want 6 packs, I want him to be very tall, I want him to, no, it's not like it's bad, but be realistic, because at this junction, all the God gave the perfect gifts, so he can actually
his
give
son.
you what you want, but the main thing is just be realistic about it.
And do not compare. For
You
those that are already married, please do not compare your Odogu to what you just watched. Please, this film is a make believe.
For now, make believe, not for no acting,
Make believe.
action.
I mean, just pick out the lessons and imbibe it in your marriage or on your soon to be marriage. So that's just it.
There was a part of this video where I said that you are the one that can call your man a king. You understand?
Of course.
Your
In
man
fact,
don't have to build a house for you to know. Your
I
Odogu.
saved my husband's name as king.
You
I
understand?
mean, he is my lord.
Since we watch a movie, I now call my husband and say, "Onye nwe mo sim ogene kwa." My husband, when he see this thing, he will laugh.
I think
In fact, I've changed your name to see a woman that is loved, a woman that
so
is.
happy.
You know, at the end of the day, I think I'm going to say my takeaway. Then you say yours. Then we'll call it a wrap. And you will tell us your own take home from this movie in the comment section. Work on my feminine side. I won't say I'm perfect. And another thing is, you know, all those random calls on a run office or nowhere, maybe he just go out to work and you're not calling him to, baby, if you're coming back, get diapers or anything. You're just calling him, oh, baby, I just want to thank you. I just want to tell you that you are the best thing that ever happened to me. I just want to tell you that I see you. You are doing so well for us and for the baby and for the family. You see all those things. Let
God be the G factor in your marriage. And like she said, there should not be room for comparison.
Yeah.
Because sometimes what you see is something like a mirage. Maybe it's a package.
Yeah.
The grass is never greener on the other side. It's just the way you water it.
Yeah.
Just like Miles Monroe will say, when you give a woman a home, she makes it very peaceful. If you give her the right environment or the right atmosphere, she makes that home peaceful. And for the women as well, make your home like a peaceful heaven for your men or for your husband. Because you can't, see, and your Odogu is your Odogu. You don't share with anyone. Do you understand? So just make him the king of your home. All right. So I hope and I feel that you've taken one or two tips from what we have shared in this video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, we're going to call it a wrap. So if you have anything you have to say about this, if you learned something, if you have a take home from this movie, please let me know in the comment section. Let's interact. Please don't forget to share this video, like, follow her up on her YouTube page. You're going to learn a lot. I will see you guys in my next video. All right, bye.